So today guys, I got the PlayStation 4 Pro and I got it from Game. I pre-ordered it. I had to put £20 down to pre-order it, and they were doing a deal, if you're able to see, with the original PlayStation 4 with any 5 games excluding the FIFA games. You'd get it for £174.99 instead of £349.99. So I thought, yeah, cool, I'll do that. I'm not needing my original PlayStation 4 anymore, and I certainly don't play most of the old games that I have, so I'll trade in 5 of those. So I grabbed those 5 games, including 5 other games, which were a mixture of, well, mainly 4 Xbox One games and Loading Human, which is a VR game which I got free with my VR, and I thought that sucks. Then I had a trade-in value of £20, and that sounds crap, but yeah, it is crap, but it was still the most valuable considering each game I was trading in was like worth like £3, £9, that kind of thing. So that's what it's like. I'm sure GameStop in the US is the same. You kind of get fucked. You get robbed basically. But if I didn't take this deal, it was going to cost closer to £200. So I was saving money anyway, so why not? So I went into the store and they told me it would take 40 minutes to test it and stuff. I thought, right, that's fine. And I went and got a coffee. Time I came back, I don't know why, but I had this feeling in the back of my head that they were going to fuck me over somehow or try, and I kind of feel like they did a wee bit. I came back and I had it worked out with Loading Human takes it down to the £20 trade-in of £154.99, and the other games I'd worked out, which I wasn't getting that much for, and reward points, all that, I was basically walking in to pay £100. And it's not the money that I have the issue with. It doesn't matter whether I make a saving. I was going to get one anyway. I'm not that worried. The thing that got me was when I came in, they took one of the games and says, oh, there's a problem, we can't take this game because it's imported from Europe. And I was like, so? We're in Europe, technically still in Europe. Brexit hasn't been initiated yet, but I didn't mention that obviously. I just kind of thought, yeah, so it's still region B disc, it still plays in English. It's just, and he pointed out, yeah, the cover was written, I think it was written in Spanish or something, and I never noticed that before. I thought, right, fair enough. But that took my 4 games I was initially trading in for the 5 you need for this deal, and I was like, fuck, that screws up my deal. That's going to now cost me an additional £20. And again, I'm not worried about the money. It was just, I just had this feeling that they were going to do that. And I thought, that's a small, because they can still sell it. I was like, what's the problem? So luckily I had Loading Human, which is still technically a PS4 game, and I added that to the 5th one, and I reduced my other trade-ins down, and I ended up making I ended up paying like 115 instead of 100, which is no big deal, but I just kind of felt that was annoyed me. I know you guys will probably think, oh, that's stupid, you know, but it pissed me off because I just had this feeling that, I don't know, I've had a lot of bad experiences with Game in the past, and the reason I went with them is because it was the best deal, and I just kind of feel like they try and fuck me somehow, you know, with saying, oh, this doesn't work, or that's this. Yeah, I checked everything before I left the house, well, apart from the language on the back of the cover. It was the one thing that I missed out. But anyway guys, listen, let me know what you think. Am I being a dick about it? Am I overreacting? I probably am, but you know, it's just that one thing I wasn't expecting, you know. But anyway, let's get to unboxing this. Okay, so obviously you always start with these stickers. It's the same as the last PlayStation 4. It's just inside a white box, inside a cover, like usual. This one feels a lot heavier actually. Oh. Probably hate watching my unboxings, guys, because I'm not the neatest at it. So yeah, this one, the last one was just a plain white box. This has got some writing telling you about the energy saving, different languages, loads of other shite. Yeah, plain white here. Usual shite that we won't read. Okay, it does pack differently from the last one. A lot easier than the original Xbox. So normally these things are in a wee sleeve, and I'm not griping about that. That's no, that's a different. This bit here is different. Usually, I was starting to think they gave me a US plug, but they haven't. It's just the port seems different. Normally it's like a kind of, this is more like a kettle plug, whereas the previous one, I couldn't tell you exactly what you call it. Who cares, it doesn't matter, but this is different. But anyway, we've got the plug on power. And these are wrapped up, so we have our really short charging cable, which we'll probably not use because we're going to have using the one I've got that's 3 meters long. That way we can actually sit and charge instead of sitting on the floor. The controller I'm feeling in there. Your HDMI cable. I don't know if they've improved on this. It must do 4K. Obviously it's got to do 4K pass through. And I'm sure it does 3D as well. For 3D Blu-ray, which is going to die soon. And here is the new and improved DualShock 4. We'll get to that in a second. Headphones again, or headphone, monophone, which we're not going to use. So that aside. So if you haven't seen the new PS4 controller, what's different about it? Well, a couple of things. One, this area here is matte instead of the high gloss, which is, I think, is nicer. It feels, I don't know, I'd say it feels different because this morning I was holding my previous PS4 controller and it feels like there's more texture here, and it's more grey, whereas before it was kind of more all black. Thumbsticks are still the same, everything's still the same. This bit here, you won't be able to see if I turn it on. You'll see that the light bar here, now no, it's not a new light bar, it's not draining more battery, it's essentially they've just made a wee window area here so that way you can see without being, it's for lazy folk that can't be bothered just to do that and see which colour it is or what player they are. But that's it, the buttons are more grey like the original PlayStation 1, which I think is quite nice rather than just matte black, and as are the triggers. So I think, yeah, I like it. I think it's a wee bit nicer. It could have had a better battery, that would be something we'd have liked to have seen. And that's the only thing that's in here other than more paperwork, special offers, register, something about the PS4, protection rubbish, advertisements, if you guys care about that stuff. And on to the console itself. So, don't need that. I actually always keep my boxes, guys. I know I'm just chucking them all over the place, but I have a cupboard where I just keep boxes for everything. So, packaging's a bit nicer. When I was boxing up my original PlayStation 4, I felt the cardboard was in the old box wasn't holding the console all that well. It was flimsy, it was cheap, but this seems to be a wee bit more improved. Not that that stuff matters, but I care about that stuff. You're spending money on something, you want it looked after. But essentially the cover, the static thing is the same before, and it's remarkably heavier. I've seen some reviews saying it's not, but it's way heavier. Personally, from what I remember, it feels twice the weight, but it's got a really nice kind of mirror. See, the PlayStation 4 logo is actually like a mirror. It's not like a high gloss, it's like silver or something there, so that's really cool. You can maybe see, hello guys, you can see yourselves in there. And it looks as if it would be taller. Now I can't do a side-by-side comparison, but I can tell you that there's literally a millimetre or two difference in height. It's about maybe here from the original, or it's about the same height. It's roughly, these are just thinner, but they make up about the same height. Width, it's probably about just half an inch maybe longer, and it's got the same kind of shape. And even though the edges are a wee bit more round, I actually think it, considering the first images that we've seen, if you haven't noticed, the original release of this, or the original leak images of this, the USB ports had a gap about that in between them. I don't think this bar, this is one solid bar here, which is your eject button and your power button, and they're physical buttons rather than touch sensitive, which I like, and there's a wee light bar just within that. Your disc tray is just the same, but there's something that, even though the edges here are rounder, they seem less round than initially, so they've changed this somehow. They've made these little, just a tiny bit less round. If you can look at it at the PS4 Slim, it's a wee bit more round, and it's kept that angle with the original. So anyway, looking around the side, we've got HDMI, DTS, HD Master, Dolby True HD, your usual logos, and that's got a matte kind of gloss in there, but you can't get to that to make it fingerprint sticky or anything. The other side will just be your vents, and it's got square, triangle, circle and X, and you'll notice in the circle there's actually a hole there, which I'm sure is where the stand will screw into. And on the back we've got a very US looking kettle plug thing. This is really strange. I've never seen a device in the UK that's other than a kettle that uses these. Your HDMI, I'm sure that's for the PS camera. It's got optical SPDIF, which is good. An extra USB port on the back, so we've got one extra USB than the previous PlayStation 4s, and your Ethernet. And that's it. This area here with a wee sticker, I'm guessing this is where, well, there's a wee screw in here. This is where you take that off, pull that out, screw that. That's for changing your hard drive, so we can still do that. And on the bottom we have rubberized feet in the shape of the, oh, you guys can see what shape they are. That's the feet, and that's it. A wee bit of sweat or something on there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this up and have a play at it. Main thing I want to test, because some of you might think I'm stupid, I don't have a 4K TV yet. I will be getting one soon, but I wanted to get this one launched because I wanted to see if there was any improvements on the PlayStation VR. I think it should, and I'd like to see some of the 1080p enhanced games, because I'm not all that fussed with 4K yet. I like better visuals and higher frame rates. And that's it for today, guys. So if you like this video, how we like, that would really help us out. A wee comment and discuss what you think about the PlayStation 4 Pro. Are you getting one? What you think about the Scorpio, where its lifespan's going to last? Is it going to last long before we may see a PS5? And if you want to see more videos like this, hit subscribe, guys, and I'll speak to you in the next video. Peace out.